Hi guys, what's up? It's sad news to those people who have been dreaming of going to USA because guys, Trump administration has come with a new rules and regulations. So guys, in this video, we will break down some of those points and we'll know the most people who will be going to be affected by that new rule.
These are the 12 countries Donald Trump is banning travel from after the Wednesday shooting in Washington, D.C. Number 12 is Eritrea. Number 11, Somalia. Number 10 is Chad. Number 9, Sudan. Now, these countries Donald Trump has listed as third world, which has come under some controversy and has pulled all visas for people incoming to the United States.
You've made changes for Afghanis' ability to apply for asylum. Do you blame all Afghans for this one man's mistake?
No, but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them coming in on these planes that are, look at them. There was no check-in. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that shouldn't be here.
It's number 8, Iran, which I thought we already were banning. Number 7, Yemen. Number 6, Myanmar. Number 5, Libya. Now, this comes after the shooting in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday that has killed 2 National Guard members. Now, the person who committed the act was an immigrant from Afghanistan. Number 4, we've got the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Number 3, Equatorial Guinea. And number 2 is Haiti. Number 1 is, of course, Afghanistan.
In other words, he said that he will stop people from the poor country or developing country from going to USA. So this is the list of countries. People often incorrectly call them as the third world. Number 1 is Burundi, Central African Republic, DR Congo, Eritrea, Madagascar, Malawi, Mozambique, Niger, Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, Togo, Burkina Faso, Chad, Angola, Benin, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Comoros, Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Egypt, Eswatini, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Lesotho, Mauritania, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Tunisia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Even if you're in USA and you still have a green card, you are still not safe. Trump said that he is going to do screening, and if you are from the third world country, your visa will be revoked and you will be returned from your own country. This list is an example of the countries which might be affected. So Trump did not give his own list of the third world country according to him. So right now we are just waiting to see exactly what he's going to say.
Machaji na manyonyo is kama una plan kuja USA ama kuna hiyo dream ya kumigrate hapa hivi, we jua ni ngori jo. Hata history ya green card mimi najua isha hivyo. Unajua ngori ni gani? Umesikia Trump anasema ni aje? Wana plan kuban immigration from third world countries. Na unajua third world countries wanapata green card sana. Ngori ilikuwa hivi. Pale Washington DC kuna huyu jamaa kutoka Afghanistan, alinyambishia majeshi wawili. I think mmoja amedede jo. Huyu mse kutoka Afghanistan alikuwa anapiga shughuli na CIA wakiwa Afghanistan. Akaletwa USA na asylum jo. Lakini sasa sijui ngori ilikuwa ni aje akanyambishia nini? Awase. So imefanya Trump amejaa ngori. Unanyambishiaje wanajeshi wewe jo? Unaona? So wejua sasa itakuwa noma. Alafu sasa kwani Somalia ilifanya nini Trump jo? Trump amejaa ngori na Wasomali, hebu sikiza.
Hi sir.
Sure, hi.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our constitution. And she comes from a country with practice.
Ati Trump anasema ati wa Somalia wanapona USA. Mtu wangu nakwambia usitake jua.
President Trump is calling for the permanent pausing of immigration from third world countries, in addition to a whole lot of other things in his recent Truth Social post. He talks about permanently pausing migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate the prior immigrant admissions of millions who entered under Biden. This includes the various Biden parole programs, catch and release, TPS, designations and extensions, and everything that Biden did during those years to allow people to enter the United States through the southern border. Deportations, remove anyone he considers not a net asset to the U.S., anyone who is incapable of loving our country, remove anyone who is a public charge, remove anyone viewed as a security risk, remove anyone judged non-compliant with Western civilization. Then there are changes to public benefits, and this impacts green card holders, and all federal benefits, subsidies for non-citizens. There's denaturalization, stripping U.S. citizenship from naturalized immigrants accused of undermining domestic tranquility. There's this notion about reducing what he calls illegal and disruptive populations, including those he says were admitted through unauthorized auto pen approvals. This is the whole reverse migration issue. Pursue a broad agenda of reverse migration to fully cure the problem, meaning scaling back the existing immigration population levels through removal. Watch the longer video on the horizontal platform for more details about what I had to say about each of these. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on this.
Hi fam. So the bad and the breaking news are that your dreams of moving to the US are becoming narrower than the said road to heaven. This is beyond the normal US Embassy's visa rejections. This is a permanent migration shutdown. And this happened after one Afghani national in Washington, D.C. shot 2 American National Guards, which left one of them dead. And that's where President Trump came up and was like, these people coming from the third world countries are the problem. And so he vows to permanently shut migration from people coming from third world countries. This is where we need Ruto to move our country very fast with speeds from third world countries into first world countries.
We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country. If they can't love our country, we don't want them. America will never bend and never yield in the face of terror.
By Wednesday night, immigration authorities announced they were indefinitely halting all processing of Afghan immigration requests.
The president last night also calling for what he described as reverse migration. In a lengthy post to social media, he wrote, quote, "I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States." We have, of course...
So beyond that, Trump vows to also cancel most of the issued green cards from the previous administration, Joe's administration. He calls him Sleepy Joe. He says that Sleepy Joe issued most of the immigration visas while he was sleeping. So this is funny. But he vows also to deal with over 1 million migrants who are in the US currently. And this is, I think, can be connected to the crackdowns by ICE, where most people have been reported deported. And this is affecting even people with the smallest criminal records or some issue with the states or you know, with the law, something like that, that leads you to being deported. So now this makes everything difficult, especially for people who are not even involved with all these dramas, especially the Kenyans who are back home and all they want is a greener pasture. Makes things even more difficult. But the worst thing is for the Somalis. What did Somalis do to the US? Because Trump said that Somalis are a problem. I mean, what happened to Somalis in the US?
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians, of course, a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but...
Anyway, could this be the reason as to why Ruto, with speeds want to transform Kenya from third world countries into a first world country? Because, again, the plan is supposed to take 30 years. People like me will be almost 70 years. So it's not going to be so much beneficial, but maybe for our kids. But I don't know. Being in from a third world country is feels some type of way. I don't know what is your thoughts regarding this, because personally I think that our regime, our administration, our governments should focus more on creating more jobs locally so that people can stop this migration process, trying to look for greener pastures outside our country. Because I believe countries like Kenya are capable of creating jobs, creating industrial, making the country an industrial kind of a country, focusing on growing our own economy so that we can get more youth, more people having or getting something to do locally, rather than trying to go outside the countries to seek for work or something like that. It's my opinion, though. I don't know what you think about that, but anyway, open for discussions.